Thanks for watching AM Northwest this morning. Our first guest says everyone should know the art and science of schmoozing. We welcome back the author of Human Lie Detection and Body Language 101, Vanessa Van Edwards. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Let's reclaim networking. I feel like people are always like, oh, networking, it's so awful. I think that there's a better way.
It is just schmoozing.
It's just schmoozing, and I think that schmoozing can be done purposefully in a way that doesn't make you feel sort of smarmy and awful. Yeah. I swear, it really can.
So you talk about making to lists.
So this is for if you're looking for a job, but I think that networking is one of those life skills, right?
Sure.
Networking is just going somewhere and wanting to make connections.
Right.
That's it. So whether or not you want to make more friends or dates or a job, the first thing is I want you to make 2 lists.
Okay.
And you can think about this or you can write it out. So the first list are the people that you already know that you want to deepen the relationship with. So these are people who you see every year at holiday parties.
Right.
Or you kind of have mutual friends, or they're a VIP in your office. I want you to make a list of the people who you want to level up. Right?
Oh, level up?
Level up. It's really good to have an idea of the people who you want to go from colleague to friend.
Okay.
Right? Or a friend of a friend to a friend.
Okay,
right? So
gotcha.
level up. And the second list are the people who you want to meet. And this can be specific names, but it also can be the kind of person. So let's say that you're looking for a job in an industry or a company. You can say, I want to meet the HR, the sales director at X company. When we're really specific about that, it makes it a lot easier to develop a relationship or actions to target them to figure out what you want.
Oh, sure. Good point.
So it keeps them in mind. And the second thing is to develop an action plan. So I call this a relationship action plan. And what this is basically just turning all those wishes and wants into action steps. So what I want you to think about is, can you build into your schedule what I call a connection hour? A lot of the times networking, it sort of goes to the bottom of the list. We're like, oh, you know, I'll reach out to them later, or I'll see them later. So I have 1 hour
Let's
a
do
week.
lunch.
Yeah, let's do lunch, and then
never happens.
Exactly. So every Tuesday at happy hour, that's my connection hour. I'm always filling the Tuesday happy hour slot with a new person, an old person, a VIP, someone who reaches out. So I want you to think about what's your 1 hour a week where either you can go see people, a breakfast, a hike, a happy hour, a lunch, or that you will reach out to people during that 1 hour. So it can be the last hour on Friday, or the first hour on Wednesday, or whatever it is. Or maybe after you watched your AM Northwest segment, you reach out to 5 people.
Okay.
When you build a specific time frame into your schedule, it becomes much easier to fill it with that 2 list that we talked about.
Right.
So the third thing is that what do you do when you actually get to talk to those people? And this is the difference, I think, between master networkers and just sort of okay networkers. Sometimes when we meet with people over and over again for coffees or we see them at parties, we ask the same kinds of questions.
Sure.
Right? How's the family? How's work?
Right.
So you have these coffees every few months, but nothing really happens.
Right.
So what I want you to do is I want you to focus on goal-oriented questions.
Goal-oriented.
Goal-oriented questions. And the reason for this is because it helps add accountability into the relationship a little bit. So, for example, instead of saying, hey, how's work? How's all your projects going? Say, you know, what goals are you working on this year? Or what gets you up in the morning? Or what's the biggest project that you're working on at work?
Oh, it gets somebody thinking.
It gets someone thinking a little bit more deeply.
I have no goals.
Right. But then we have a great conversation. I can be like, oh, let's come up with one.
I guess I need a goal.
Yeah. We can come up with one together, right?
Yeah.
So having those very specific conversations makes them, A, think more deeply. B, it helps them look forward to seeing you. And C, it helps give you something to follow up on.
Right. And you'll remember it because it's an interesting topic.
And then the next time that you see each other at a holiday party, you can say, hey, how was that painting that you were working on? How was that project you were working on? That really helps make it so it's not just like awkward.
Right.
Hi, how's it going? The biggest thing then is step number 4, which is offering of help. So I call this the offer mentality. Most people go into networking thinking, what can I get?
Right.
What can I
what's
get?
in it for me?
Yeah. What can I learn? What job can I get? What can you give me?
Right.
I want to flip that. And I want you to think, what can I offer?
That's a really good idea.
What can I sit with this person or talk to this person and say to myself, do I know someone that they should know? Do I have advice that they should hear? Do I have experience I can give? When you have that mentality, people are much more likely to actually give and also enjoy spending time with you.
Right. Because too often there are people that demand your time and give nothing in return.
Exactly. Or they sit and they expect to be entertained. Right. You have coffee and you're like, so what are we going to talk about next, right? So having that in there, I always either start or end either a phone call or a networking happy hour with, can I help you with anything?
Yeah.
Are you working on anything that I can help with?
Give me an example of what you've helped with.
Oh, yeah. So, for example, it might be, you know, I'm thinking of making a career switch, but I'm just not sure if I want to go into X industry. And I say, you know what? I have someone in that industry. Okay. Let me set up a breakfast or let me intro you on LinkedIn.
Right.
Or someone says, I'm looking for work. And I say, let me write a LinkedIn recommendation for you.
Oh, that's great.
Let me put one on your recommendation conversation. Or, you know, I'm going on a vacation this year, and like I really need some ideas. Do you know anywhere? I can say, yes, I have some favorite places I can send you.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Really small, but it ties into that goal conversation.
Yeah.
And also you can do this via text, via email, via phone, where you can shoot someone a text, say, hey, I was just thinking about you. I watched this segment on AM Northwest on networking. What's going on? Can I help you with anything you're working on?
Great idea.
That
and
is
then you
the
got
best
then
way.
you have to follow up, don't you?
Yes,
Okay.
and that's kind of this last bucket, which is it doesn't end with the interaction or doesn't end on the text. I think the follow-up is how you leave a lasting impression. And the follow-up can be as simple as a thank you note or thanks so much for getting together, but it also can be keeping them front of mind. So I have a list of people who I always try to send relevant articles to. I send them birthday cards. I might send them links that I think they might be interested in.
The relevant articles reminds me of when my grandmother used to send me newspaper clippings of different things that she thought were interesting.
But didn't you love them?
I did. It's the same idea. Yeah.
Same idea.
Sending a link to an interesting story.
If you were to cut out a newspaper clipping and mail it to someone, they would remember you forever.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
They
true.
would remember you forever. That's the best networking tip I've ever heard. From Helen's grandmother to you. That is the best networking clip. And then also, every once in a while, going to their LinkedIn, writing a recommendation, sending them a message, those really help, especially if someone's looking for work.
Yeah.
That's the best way to offer.
Vanessa, really good ideas.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Again, Vanessa Van Edwards.
Do you like this video? Amazing coincidence, because we like you too. Would you mind giving us some like love by liking this video? Thank you, thank you, thank you.